Guys, what a crazy week. Avantis and Aster have been going absolutely bonkers. Here you can see I've still not sold any of my Aster. I'm still holding. I'm up hundreds of thousands of dollars this week. It's absolutely bonkers. I feel like we pretty much nailed the perfect trade setup, right? Even our hype short ended up coming down. You probably remember when I talked about Avantis and Aster in my videos recently, I said, there's too much competition for hype now, especially with such big backing, that we're probably going to see Hyperliquid start to take a downturn. And, you know, that's exactly what's happened. We've started to see hype come down. We've seen Aster go crazy. We've seen Avantis go crazy. I talked about it on my YouTube channel at $1.22. I posted it in my Discord much earlier than that. I think I posted it in my Discord at 0.43, and it went to $2.50. And then Aster went to $2. I think it just recently tapped $2. So huge gains there. Big up, guys, if you caught these. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of these future videos, because I'm trying to bring them to you as early as possible. And even if you only saw it in the YouTube, so let's say you can't afford my group, for example, you know, you're going to get a lot more alpha in the group. But even if you can't afford it, you know, I brought this to you at 0.58 and it went straight to $2 within a couple of days, right? So, you know, 3x or whatever on that. If you're using leverage, insane gains, right? Life-changing money. So yeah, drop a like, subscribe so you don't miss out on any of those videos. So let's get into it. We've got a lot of news to talk about. Where am I now? What am I doing? So Aster, doing really well. I think last time I checked, it was around 610% in profit. Not sold anything, not taking any profits. It's a long-term hold for me now. For now, we're going to see how the market goes. We're going to see how the rate cuts goes. We're going to be watching inflation, jobs data, CPI. A lot of things come into it when you're investing, right? If you're going into a recession, the whole outlook could be different. And if we're going into a Q4 with 3 rate cuts, the whole outlook could be different. So I'm constantly analyzing the market. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. We'll see how the market opens tomorrow, and I'll make my decisions. For now, I have no plans to sell this. If the market continues to look bullish and even stable, right? Even if the macro looks stable, I have no plans to sell this anytime soon, because I still think it's massively undervalued, which I'm going to talk about in this video. Avantis, I did take some profits because Aster came out of nowhere. Obviously, we were going to see a lot of liquidity being pulled out of the market and going into Aster. So I did swing trade it. I did actually take some profits off the table. I'd made a lot of money in a very short amount of time. I think I'd made like $90,000 like in 2 days. I took some profits off the table, but I did buy back in. So I actually posted in my Discord yesterday around 2:25 saying buy alert on AVNT. So I put another 1% back in around 134, and I also added to my long position around 102. So I was already in an existing long, really low, around 0.45, and then I added more to my long position on that, which turned out to be a great decision, because yesterday the price went up yesterday to $2.30. Okay, so we bought more yesterday. We bought more yesterday at 1.30, and it went up to 2.30. So it went up $1 yesterday. Absolutely insane. Hype, I'm still short. I'm short with around 1.5%. And my stop loss is at all-time high. So either way, it's a free bet. I can't lose. There is a possibility that we have shorted the top of Hyperliquid. It could continue to trend down for many months now, because, you know, people might flock to the competition. The competition are doing more. The chain is better. It's multi-chain. They're doing so many different things. They've got huge partnerships, which we're going to talk about in the video. It's possible. Hype could also recover, right? Hype could also recover. Personally, I think Hype's done so well because there's been no competition, right? There's been literally zero competition. Some of the whales in here, I've been into their wallets, are up over $100 million in profit. And, you know, you've had no competition. There's been this narrative that Hype's going to go up forever. And hey, it potentially could have gone up forever if they kept plowing the money back into the chain. Where does the money come from? It comes from the users, right? So as long as the users are high, then you're going to have all of this money coming in. But what happens if the competition starts to offer stocks, commodities, FX, metals, gold, 1000x leverage, right? No fees, lower fees, all of these different features, they're going to go where where the features are, right? That's why we saw a lot of people leave Coinbase to go to MEXC, to go to these other exchanges. There was more leverage, more features. In fact, Coinbase didn't even used to offer futures, which is why they were losing so many customers. And then they eventually managed to get futures added to their ecosystem. So people will go where they're treated best, just as people leave England, leave other countries in Europe to go, where it's safer, there's less crime, it's nicer. Same in these kind of businesses, right? There's more functionality, there's more utility, there's more features, there's more benefits, there's lower costs. Same in business, and it's likely we're going to see people de-risk because obviously, whales are smart. They're in a lot of money, they're in a lot of profits. They're probably going to de-risk. It's the first thing you would do if you have some really good competition with some really good backing and they're an absolute beast. For example, CZ is an absolute beast. He won't stop. He'll keep going until he's number one. And he probably will get to number one. He'll be the number one perps DEX. And I think a lot of the whales and the smart money know that, right? And they're probably going to diversify. They might not sell all of their Hyperliquid, but they might start to diversify. And when people are in hundreds of millions of dollars of profit, the price will come down if they start to sell, which we're actually seeing on the chart. So there is a chance that we did short the top. We'll see how it plays out. I will hold this long term. And if it hits my stop, hey, it hits my stop. And if it doesn't, hopefully I can drag this into the bear market, right? Because if we can run this into the bear market, who knows how low Hyperliquid can go. So I might hold this for 3 months, 6 months. Hey, maybe I close it next week. We don't know right now, but I'll keep you guys posted. Hyperliquid is doing 299 million trading volume. Okay, so very, very low volume compared to Avantis. Look at the volume on Avantis, guys, 4.38 billion. I literally posted this in my Discord yesterday. I said, guys, the volume is insane on Avantis, but the price has not moved up. And I said, I feel like it's about to break to the upside. That's why I bought some more spot, and then literally it broke to the upside. So if you took a long position on that call, congratulations as well, because you must have absolutely printed. I'm already in the same long from around 102, so I'm just going to leave that open for now. The higher this goes, the harder it is to liquidate us, right? I think we got in around here somewhere down here. So my liquidation is probably 0.2 or something, 0.5. Sorry, 0.2, 0.3. It's almost impossible to get the price down and liquidate now, especially in this macro when people have sort of discovered that these businesses are insane, right? And I've been in the space, guys, for maybe 5 years, 6 years. I have never seen business models like this in crypto at all, okay? So I've talked about render. We made what? We made a great call on render. We said that AI is going to be a big narrative. We got into render very early in the bear market. We held it into the bull run. We made a lot of money, right? 25x. Solana, layer one, it's going to have the network effect. People are going to build on Solana. It's faster, it's cheaper than Ethereum. It's probably going to do well. Bang, it done very well. Casper, brand new, organic, no VCs, proof of work, very fast the fastest proof of work, DAG chain. And I said it's going to do very well. It done very well. This business model, forget Avantis, forget Aster. It's the business model of plowing money back into the token, right? You have a business model where as your users grow up, you make more money, and that money goes back into the token, and then the token continues to push to the upside, okay? It's an infinite money glitch, where as long as the business is growing in customer base, the token goes up forever. It literally goes up forever, okay? And this is why CZ and Coinbase have jumped on this model, because they could see it happening before their eyes. They looked at Hyperliquid. Can we take this down? Probably not. Okay, we're going to have to try and compete. This is the end of centralized exchanges. This is literally the end of centralized exchanges, and they know that. And if you can't beat them, you have to join them. And CZ has come out himself this week saying that DEXs will replace centralized exchanges, and he knows that Hyperliquid, we're going to take the entire market. So absolutely insane time to be alive. This isn't just a normal crypto play. I see loads of KOLs shorting already and taking profits after it's been like 3 days, 4 days for Aster. It's been maybe a week, 2 weeks for Avantis. This is absolutely insane. These business models are phenomenal. Imagine this is MicroStrategy, like getting into MicroStrategy very early and knowing that, you know, it was going to go up and they were going to buy more Bitcoin, but without the shares being diluted, right? The problem with MicroStrategy is they keep selling the shares and then the share price goes down, right? They keep selling the shares. Yes, they're buying Bitcoin, but they're still diluting. And Aster is not going to be diluting, right? It's not going to be diluting the supply. They're just literally going to be taking the fees. And even if the platform doesn't grow, so let's say it gets 5 million users and it doesn't grow, it doesn't matter if it doesn't grow, right? Even if you've got the same 5 million users for 10 years, you're still going to be generating the same amount of revenue every month. So let's say somewhere between 5 and 50 million a month. It might even be hundreds of millions, right? But let's say 5 to 50 million a month is going to be plowed into that token, even if the platform doesn't grow. Okay, so whether you sell your tokens or not, it doesn't matter whether the whales sell their tokens right now. It doesn't matter whether the KOLs sell their tokens. So I see people saying GG's made a 3x, made $1 million. It doesn't matter whether you're selling right now, because as long as people are using the platform and they start to market the platform and gain adoption, the token goes up forever. So technically there is no top at all. It doesn't matter who sells, because even if like 50% of the people sell, the protocol starts to buy back the token again, right? So it literally goes up forever. This is why this is the best thing I've ever seen in crypto in 5-6 years. And I'm baffled that people are saying, I'm taking profits in day 3, day 4. Is it going to be volatile? Yes. Look, I don't think it's going to go up in a straight line forever, guys. I think we're still going to see people take profits. We're still going to see, people getting out and looking for other opportunities. But I do think it is going to do what Hyperliquid was doing and just continue this slow slog to the upside year after year after year. Maybe we see an aggressive pullback in the bear market, which for me, I'm going to be targeting for a generational play. A very large buy in the bear market if we see low prices, right? I just think it's phenomenal, guys. I can't stress it enough. You probably saw in my last few videos how passionate I was about this, and it's because of the model. And then you have Coinbase and Pantera back in this, okay? Then you have CZ and Binance back in this. So you have the best business models we've ever seen in crypto, and it applies to the stock market too, right? Because they have stocks on there, so you're not just getting the crypto market, you're actually onboarding the stocks market. And there's a lot of stocks whales who would love to trade stocks with no KYC. And let me tell you, the stocks guys have got a lot more money than the crypto guys. Okay, we're talking people with billions and billions coming into Aster, coming into AVNT, and looking to trade stocks on a decentralized. And even on Aster, they're going to have dark pools, right? So you're going to see the elites and whales coming onto Aster with no KYC, trading in dark pools where no one can see their trades. That's like a dream for them, absolute dream. Phenomenal amounts of money, I think, are going to flow into these projects. Look at the volume on Aster. It's actually doing less volume than Avantis. That's crazy. I think Avantis is so undervalued compared to Aster right now, and that's why I brought some more yesterday. The market cap is 2.5 billion on Aster, and the market cap on Avantis is 523 million. So Avantis is Coinbase's version of Hyperliquid, and Aster is Binance's version of Hyperliquid. I think Coinbase's version should at least be worth half of Binance's version. And I also think that this is going to get a different type of customer to this is going to Aster. I think we're going to get different types of customers. I think we're going to get more regulated TradFi on Avantis. I think they're probably going to be following the rule books a lot more. I think there's going to be a lot more trust in Avantis. I think you're going to see a lot more staking on Avantis. They're also using the base contract, which is technically is Ethereum, so it's the most secure network around. Avantis does have multi-chain, okay, so it does have ETH as well. I think we're going to see a lot of staking, a lot of USD staking on Avantis. I think they're going to come after that market just as Coinbase would, right? If I was going to stake with anyone, I probably wouldn't stake on Binance. If I wanted to stake for 12% APR, maybe on my USDC or something, I would do it on Avantis. They are offering 12 to 16% staking as well, which is phenomenal. It's hard to get that anywhere. It doesn't come without risks, but once the protocol grows bigger and the TVL gets higher, it's probably going to be a lot more secure. And I might even consider that as when I build my portfolio in the bear market, maybe I'll put 5% into a staking contract that generates 12 to 16%, right? If I put $1 million in a staking contract on Avantis, I make 160 grand a year passive income on my stable coins, right? So that money is still there. That 1 million is still there, and I make it back passive. There is some risks, but I don't think it's that high. We'll do a deep dive at the time if I do look into that. Volume is so crazy. Look at the volume, 4.4. So the volume on Avantis is almost double, but the market cap is so much smaller. So if it was to reach half of Aster, which is at 2.5, we've still got another over an X here. So we've got 2X, 2.5X away to get back to sort of half of Aster. And a lot of people don't even know about Avantis, right? We've seen a lot of talk about Aster, but a lot of these Aster whales are only just finding out about Avantis and how it's the Coinbase version. So we're probably going to see some money trickle down to Avantis. And, I'm in both of them, and I'm going to hold both of them long term for now. We'll see how it goes as we go into a bear market. Hey, maybe I won't even sell in the bear market. I mean, that's how insane this protocol is. Maybe I'll just accumulate like a stock. If these do well and they start to onboard loads of users, I might even just accumulate it as a stock. I'll probably take profits on my leverage trades because those are going to be in hundreds of thousands of dollars profit. And then I might accumulate my spot bags and treat it like stock plays. Like, that's how insane these protocols are. Okay, so what else do we have here? Okay, I talked about this yesterday. So guys, follow my X if you're not following. Don't miss out on my posts because I've been covering this quite heavy. So much going on in this space. And if you want to join my Discord, guys, head over to my X, click the link and jump in the Patreon. So you can see all of these buy and sell alerts in real time. You can see the trades I'm taking, when I'm taking profits, etc., and the reasons I'm taking profits. This is very important, guys. Go to CZ's page and tell me that he's not leaving little Easter eggs for us. He's leaving Easter eggs for the whales. This guy's incredibly smart, and crypto in a way is a bit of a game sometimes, and sometimes whales and people with this kind of intellect like to leave little Easter eggs and give you little heads ups here and there. He said, like, they were talking about how BNB went 10,000x in 8 years. So it went, if you put $100 into BNB when they launched it, you would now be a millionaire. You'd be sitting on $1 million from $100 investment, just $100, right? I've paid for taxis that are more than $100, and that would have turned into $1 million. Absolutely crazy. He said, we had our challenges along the way, but we worked hard, we built, and we held. It's truly a community effort. This is just the beginning. On to the next 10,000x together. This is just the beginning. On to the next 10,000x as they launch Aster at the exact same time. It wasn't easy. We had to hold. We had to build, but it was truly a community effort. What is a decentralized perps? It's a community effort. It's a community DEX. It's the community using the platform that turns into fees, that goes back into the token, that turns it into an infinite money glitch. The more people that use the platform, the more money that goes into the token, the more the token goes up. The more the entire world, including the stocks market, goes, what on earth is Aster? Oh my God, it's the next MicroStrategy. It's literally an infinite money glitch. And they don't dilute. Unlike MicroStrategy, they don't dilute the token. They just keep buying. And the more users they get, the more they buy back. So now they're buying $100 million worth of the token every month. Now they're buying $200 million of the token every month. Okay? Infinite money glitch. And more people see it, understand it, and jump on board, and whales jump on board, and it just becomes the next Bitcoin, right? That's the dream. What could go wrong? It could get hacked. There could be a vulnerability. A few low risk, a very low chance scenarios could go wrong. Are they on the cards? Absolutely. No risk, no story. I am taking some risks here. But do you understand the business model? Try and pull out some flaws in this, because I don't see how this could end badly if the users come on. And I will say, guys, I'm going to support the movement. I'm actually going to use Aster to trade as much as possible. I'm going to use AVNT to trade as much as possible. I'm going to start doing live stream trading inside my Discord on 100x leverage, on 1000x leverage. Because if I trade with $1 on 1000x leverage on Aster, I'm trading with $1,000, but I can only lose $1, right? If I trade with $100 on Aster, we'll do some $100 spins for fun. I'm trading with $10,000. So, you know, I can only lose $100, but my $10,000 trade could turn into $50,000 if I hit a 5x. So, you know, risking $100 could make 50. We're gonna be doing that inside the Discord on some live streams with you guys, and you can follow along with me. We're gonna be using the SMC bot to take those trades as well. So we'll flick it to the 1 minute time frame, which is actually really good on the 1 minute time frame. So in a way, it's kind of built for this 1000x leverage degen kind of plays. We'll do it together, and we'll see if we can build up. We'll start with like a portfolio of $500, and we'll see if we can build it up. You know, to a decent size, maybe 5,000, 10,000 or whatever. And then we can start to maybe take it seriously. So I'm going to use Aster. I'm going to use Avantis to trade. I'm going to be trading on there as much as possible. They're also doing airdrops, guys. So I'm trying to build up my volume on there as much as possible so I can get some of that airdrop. I think the airdrop already, the pot of the airdrop is like $5 billion or something stupid. It's crazy. So, a lot of potential there for people using the platform. Another Easter egg I saw, someone was talking about Aster and basically making it pump, and CC replied, no, let it grow organically, basically. Let it happy organically. I don't know what that means. Good things take time, but they age well. Okay, so he's saying, look, it's not going to be an overnight thing. It's not going to be a day, maybe not a week, but over time, they age well. And he has the perfect pitch, right? He'll say, look, don't believe me? Go and look at the price of BNB. It was 10 cents. It's now $1,000. Okay. It's literally had a Bitcoin run. BNB was a Bitcoin for retail. And I'm asking the question now, is Aster another BNB moment? Sorry, another Bitcoin moment for Aster, right? Is Aster another Bitcoin moment for retail? It possibly is. It could 100, it could 1,000x. I don't think it can 10,000x anytime soon. That's going to need a lot of money, okay? Because the market cap's already quite big. And the market cap of BNB at ICO would have been a lot smaller. But I do think it's in the 100 to 1,000x range from where we got in, right? We got in at around 45 cents. Crash. Now, I don't agree with every buy that Crash does. I do agree he's quite smart. He is smart. Sometimes the things he says, when I watch back some of the stuff he says, I've been saying the same things. And we were both heavily attached to Brett. So do you remember Brett? I got really deep into Brett. I had max conviction on it, and it ended up doing a 56x, right? We started to get in around 0.02 on leverage and spot. I think I brought spot as well, and it went absolutely crazy. And Crash had max conviction in Brett, and it was actually partly Crash's conviction that helped me hold my Brett for so long, because what he was saying I agreed with. It was a meme coin market. It was potentially going to be the next asset listed on Coinbase, and then it wasn't, and I really kind of got out of it, and I could see on chain that whales were giving up and selling, and I ended up taking profits in the end, and it did end up coming down. It's a meme coin, guys, so I'm not comparing it to Aster, okay? Completely different kettle of fish. I would say Aster has 100, maybe 1,000 times more fundamentals than Brett. I mean, you could argue Brett had no fundamentals. It had a few basic fundamentals, but I would say Aster is 1,000 times stronger than Brett. I'm just trying to say that sometimes you have to be an idiot and just hold some of these things, and you can make life-changing money. And if in 3 months this is 5,000%, this Aster long is 5,000%, my life has changed, right? Absolutely changed completely. It's happened before. It can happen again. Very risky. It could also go the other way. You guys do realize that $4 Aster is only roughly 7 billion circulating market cap. The circulating market cap of Hype is 18 billion. Stop playing. So very, very true. We're still so far away from Hyperliquid, even after you have CZ pretty much running the market and pushing this like crazy, okay? He also posted saying Binance's annual revenue is $16 billion and annual profit, according to Grok, is $4.8 billion. That's almost 8 times more than the entire circulating market cap of Aster right now. and almost 2x from more annual profit than the entire circulating market cap of Aster. They could literally buy back every person's unrealized gains you see on X and more, and still have billions of dollars left over for the year. Study the BNB chart after 7 years, okay? So again, Crash has quite long-term vision, which seems to be lost in this pump fund generation that we have at the moment. Everyone's been used to buying crappy altcoins that dump, buy Trump, hold it for 3 days, dump it. I mean, that's the smart thing to do with Trump, right? Get in early. What did we do with Trump? We got in early. I said, guys, I'm out. I'm going to buy a watch, and it completely dumped. That's what we're so used to, that mentality, that when a good project comes along, unless you have experience in the space and you kind of understand these things, you're going to have that same PTSD from the last time you held and it went down, right? The last time you held and it went down. This is a very different situation, and it's so good to see that a lot of people like Crash, there's some other KOLs who are basically saying, understand what you're holding right now. This is not a pump and dump. This is not a short-term play, and this buyback mechanism is probably the best thing we've ever seen in crypto, right? Literally the best thing we've ever seen in crypto, which doesn't come around very often. Ija, don't know how to pronounce his name, made a very good point here. I can't believe this is happening all over again. Study Cake. So if you guys remember last cycle, for those that were here last cycle, Cake was an insane play. It went absolutely crazy. Study the 2021 chart and you'll understand. Now, Cake was phenomenal at the time. Perfect platform, perfect moment in time. I would say Aster is, again, much better than Cake in terms of its utility, the buyback mechanism. My voice is going. So much better than Cake. And I think it's going to massively, massively outperform. But look how crazy the charts are. And if we follow Cake, if we follow what Cake done last cycle, this is what's about to play out, okay? So this move here, which would take us to $18, $20 for Aster. And we're currently today $1.20. So, a lot of people are short in here. I think it's a very dangerous game to be short in here, because this could literally happen over the next 2 months. And I would prefer to be on board. I have high conviction in this project, and I think it's going to surpass $10 by December. I think it's going to surpass $10 this cycle. And I don't really want to mess that up. I don't want to be coming back here in 3 months saying, I took profits too early. I wish I'd have held. I watched BNB go up 10,000x and, I let it go. People are shorting. Big up Link. Link is shorting here. Added to my short. I think he said his liquidation is $2. His liquidation the price did go up to $2. His liquidation was $2.01. So I don't know whether he got liquidated, but it did go up to $2. So it might have been so close to that level that it might have actually got liquidated. So I hope he didn't get liquidated. I'm just saying, guys, even when you're seriously convinced that the top is in, this was yesterday, right? The price came down to 147. Everyone started panicking. And it comes down to this short-term mentality again, right? As soon as we see these red candles, we're so used to meme coins and crappy altcoins full of VCs waiting to dump on you, like, World Liberty Finance all over again. We're so used to seeing this that we think this is the end, that it's topped, right? Meanwhile, whales and smart money are buying up tens of millions. So be very careful. James Wynn has opened a $100 million short position. His liquidation is at $2.20. Now, it just feels like another day. It feels like we see the same things happen over and over again. And, I can see the headline already, right? James Wynn liquidated. His $100 million trade is liquidated. Or he's rushing around, panicking, trying to add to his position at $2.10, and now his new liquidation is $2.60. Feels like we're going through the same story, same movie over and over again. Let's keep an eye on that. Mr. Beast added $114,000 in USDT to the Aster DEX. Absolutely insane. Everyone knows Mr. Beast has millions and millions of followers. We can imagine that there's either a partnership here, so a partnership has potentially gone down, or Mr. Beast is genuinely looking to trade on Aster and maybe looking to talk about it, or maybe he's gonna do a YouTube video about it. Can I turn $1 million into 10 million on Aster? I don't know. I do know that CZ and Binance are They have so many connections, so many partnerships. Do not forget they had Ronaldo, guys. They had Ronaldo marketing the Binance platform. Do you know how much money it would have cost to lock down Ronaldo? And do you know how much trust there would have had to have been from Ronaldo to trust Binance and CZ? Because he's got a lot of young followers, right? So he's putting himself on the line. And it would be quite easy to pitch Mr. Beast on your products, because you can say, yeah, look, we've got Ronaldo on our, you got Ronaldo. Okay, well, how much are we talking here? So easy to sign Mr. Beast. And also Mr. Beast, if this is like a yearly partnership, can you imagine the amount of people that are going to come onto the platform if Mr. Beast starts marketing this on his YouTube channel? Could be crazy. And in the first week, right? So if they've signed Mr. Beast in the first week, how many more partnerships are we looking at? And don't forget, who owns CoinMarketCap? Binance own CoinMarketCap, okay? So they own a lot of infrastructure in crypto. Absolutely crazy marketing arm. Gordon is still shorting. I think he was talking about shorting at 0.8. Moody said, I guess you were liquidated. He did call it another potential short at 1.5, and he said might have been liquidated. I don't think Gordon's having a good run. And again, I think this comes into the pump and dump mentality that we see in crypto at the moment. And I don't think people, I don't want to call them, I don't want to say they're not investors. I do think they are investors. I just think we can really get trapped into this game of, 2x and out, 3x and out, getting early, dump on everyone, which is technically, a good move in meme coins, a good move with altcoins that have crazy VC unlocks coming. But when you have projects like this, they don't come up very often. And this is where the life-changing gains can potentially be made. If you're right? If you're right and it does continue to go up. Aster have been teasing some of the new features that are coming soon. So they have teased us with something here at the bottom that says plans for Aster chain with privacy focus. Okay, so there is a massive interest in privacy, and it's very hard to do in the centralized world because of regulation. And if they go down the privacy route, they're going to suck in all of those who are interested in privacy. It's not really going to matter to many other people, many other traders. So they're not going to lose traders here by adding a privacy element, a privacy chain, but they would gain so much volume and users by adding that privacy section, right, from people who want to keep their trades hidden from the rest of the market or the entire world. Okay, so really interesting and cool to see that they have so much coming. I won't go through all of these guys, but look at some of the features they have. Spot trading, multi-asset margin, native yield-bearing stablecoin, up to 1001x leverage, ASBNB flagship LST with BNB rewards, grid trading, trade and earn with USDF, hidden orders, so they've got the dark pools, stocks and perps. Okay, so Hyperliquid doesn't have stocks, and I really do think they're going to bring in hundreds of thousands, if not millions of users from the stocks market. Aster mobile app. So I forgot to mention that they have a mobile app, right? Hyperliquid do not have a mobile app. So think of the retail adoption on mobile, and how cool is it that you can do DEX, decentralized perps trading on a mobile app now? Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Comprehensive API and broker SDK codes. Referral program, multi-chain support. They've got so many chains that you can onboard with. Long-term community rewards. So they're doing so much here, guys. It's crazy. And this is week 1. So imagine where this platform's going to be in a month, in 2 months, in 2 years. CZ purchased some Aster himself from his own wallet. CZ purchased 4 Aster. Absolutely historical. Kind of reminds me of Satoshi vibes. And he's leaving us little Easter eggs. He's even leaving himself a little bit of legacy and Easter eggs. I'm sure he's probably going to... Can you imagine he tweets back to this in 6 years and it's up 100x, it's up 200x, and he says, we made history, right? He's leaving himself little Easter eggs for... in a few years' time. He believes in this long term. He's putting a lot of effort into marketing this and shilling it, and he doesn't do that very often, right? He does not do that very often, especially this much. He seems to be going all in on this. So here's the buy alerts I posted. You've already seen these. We've already talked about it. Guys, if you want to follow me, head over to my X. So type this into Twitter, type the bottom one, not the top one, and then click this link. That will take you to our Patreon. Jump in the Patreon, and you can get in the Discord. It's a monthly fee, so you can leave at any time. If you're not getting any value, if you don't think it's for you, you can leave at any time. It's a monthly payment, and you also get the SMC trading bot as well. So you get the SMC bot in your own Discord, which gives buy and sell alerts on all assets. So crypto, stocks, stable coins, commodities, whatever you're looking at, it delivers buy and sell signals. And you also get these color signals on the bars. You see the yellow on the downtrend over here. When you get the yellow, it's kind of indicating that you might potentially go into a downtrend here. And look how good that yellow call was. We shorted literally shortly after this. It was around that yellow, actually. It was 58, right? We got in, I think. And then we had the yellow signal, and then the SMC bot confirmed the sell down here. And then as soon as we got that sell signal down here, it was lights out, right? Straight down. So yeah, really, really cool features. This is a new feature. We added this a few months back, but it's really useful along with the sell confirmation. Because if I was in a short here, which I was, I'd be like, are we going to bounce off this green, or are we going to get a sell from the SMC bot? And then bang, we got the sell. So there's no reason for me to take any profits now, right? I just keep my short open, and now this level is resistance until proven otherwise. We may never get above this level. We may never get above, right, as people start to hedge and diversify. That's it for now, guys. Don't forget, none of the information in this video is financial advice. Do your own research. Investing in crypto is highly risky. You can lose all of your money investing in anything. I'm not a financial advisor, so always do your own research. Don't forget, like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of these videos. Until then, I'll catch you in the next one.